Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Bruiser, a drama on Hulu. Looks like an indie film. I think it doesn't say in the trailer, but I think it's about a father who gets out of prison and then tries to reconnect with his biological son. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. May not be his son. He might be an older brother. It's kind of hard to tell. The lighting's very contrasty. But I think he's the dad, and this is the mom, and she's remarried to a stable guy, and he's come back after all these years to try to reconnect with them, and they're a nice family, church-going folk, but he's got a past, but he shows him how to be a man, right? He shows him how to fight because he's getting picked on, and rides him on his motorcycle, and then here he is with the gun money. I guess he took him. Did he take him to a strip club? So the question is, which father figure is the one you should follow, right? Like the guy on the right is pretty manly and masculine, but he doesn't have his life together. The other guy is stable, but maybe not as masculine. So that's kind of a cool dynamic. Unless it's woke. Right, doggy? Unless it's woke, but we'll see. I like the name, Bruiser. It's on Hulu, February 24th. I don't know, though. See, it's on Hulu. Could be insufferably woke. But let's read the write-up. A 14-year-old boy turns to a charismatic loner. So he's not even related? For help after being beaten up in director Miles Warren's feature debut about fathers, families, and the effects of fighting. Effects of fighting. Okay, so maybe he's not even a relative. Why does he turn to him, though? I guess maybe he's just friends, or he just meets him. Director Miles Warren's searing feature debut about fathers, family, and the effects of fighting. Okay. I mean, there's definitely stuff to mine here. I like the music. The background music's interesting. A tender debut about fathers and sons and masculinity. A Hollywood Reporter. See, when the Hollywood Reporter's praising you about that kind of stuff, I don't know. My antenna go up. All right. So here's how I would break it down. First act, I guess he's getting beat up at school. Not going well. Or he's getting beat up by locals, and he doesn't know how to fight. The 14-year-old kid meets this guy, becomes his friend. But the guy's got a past. I guess he's not related. I mean, he seems to be known to the adults, but maybe that takes place after. Maybe like he saves them from the other kids or starts teaching them, but they become friends, and the 14-year-old wants to hang out with him, but the question is whether or not he's a bad influence or a good influence. So that's most of the second act. At first it's a positive thing, teaches them how to fight. Maybe the father's too busy with work or whatever. But then he takes them on a motorcycle ride, and then they start to get worried, and then maybe he starts to take them down a dark path. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be that way. Or is it just that he's a different kind of man, right? So you have one guy who's stable, no nonsense, but you have another guy who's got his own way of doing things, seems to be a positive influence, but because he doesn't comport to what society wants, they consider him bad after a while. I don't know. then the third act, I don't know. Could go a lot of different ways. I mean, the third act could be the son becomes just like the Bruiser, or probably back in the day, the ending would have been the Bruiser realizes he's breaking up the family, and he makes the ultimate sacrifice. He does something stupid purposely in front of the kid to make himself look bad in order for the father to come in and reestablish himself as the father figure in his life. That would be the ultimate sort of sacrifice for the guy, right? He's got nothing else going on. This friendship has, I don't know, maybe rekindled something in him, but in the end, he sacrifices it in order to keep the kid and his family together. I don't know. Could go, or it could go, I mean, the woke way would be something like, at first he seems like a positive influence. But he's too manly. He's toxic masculinity, and then the other father has to save him from this, and does, or doesn't, and they die. But and then the Bruiser goes back to jail or dies or whatever. I don't know. It looks like it's got a lot of detail. So, I mean, seems like it's pretty layered. Seems like the characters are complex. So I would give it a shot. I mean, for drama, seems solid. It's on Hulu, February 24th. It's called Bruiser. I like the name. Yeah, I think it could be okay if it's not woke. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. Don't forget, I'll be doing the live stream at 7 tonight. Just a little bit over an hour. Hope to see you there, and we'll see you. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. My timing was perfect until I clicked the wrong tab. Tomorrow.